What's up guys, it's Will here from W.T.F Car Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing this all new 2021 Alfa Romeo Stelvio TI. So for those of you guys who don't know, Alfa Romeo has been in production since 1910, which makes them one of the first vehicle manufacturers in the world. Fast forward to about 1923, when they were really starting their racing division. Little did they know, but they actually had a very famous young driver named Enzo Ferrari. And he ended up managing their racing division about 5 years later. It was called the Scuderia Racing Division, which ended up going private about 10 years later, and we now know it as Ferrari. But in about 1954, Alfa Romeo ended up releasing their twin cam engine, which really took the world by storm, guys. It ended up staying in production till about 1994. So for an engine to last about 40 years, that's an extremely impressive feat. In about 1986, Fiat actually merged with Alfa Romeo, and Fiat's actually famous for always merging with big manufacturers. That's kind of how they have their business model. Fast forward to about 2005, Fiat actually also merged with Maserati. Maserati always kept the Ferrari-based engines, of course, but outside of the engines and overall driving components, Fiat really has most of the say when it comes to Maserati. You can fast forward about another year or so, Fiat also merged with Chrysler, and that was a huge turning point for Fiat and Alfa Romeo, because now we were able to import Fiat and Alfa Romeo cars into the United States. So in about 2008, Fiat and Alfa Romeo sent over the 8C to the United States, and it really took the world by storm, even though it was just a limited production model. The 8C was just a great overall sports car. It had a beautiful design, excellent driving dynamics, and it really just brought the Alfa Romeo name back to the United States. So fast forward to 2015, 2016, Alfa Romeo ended up releasing the Giulia, and that car also really took the world by storm because you had really good handling, excellent interior qualities, and overall fantastic performance for a great price. And they also had the Quadrifoglio models, which makes your Giulia basically a four-door Ferrari. But fast forward a few more years to 2017, 2018, Alfa Romeo ended up releasing this Stelvio car. So this is their SUV. It's a compact SUV, but it does keep the Giulia's great driving dynamics with overall fantastic performance. Yes, the Stelvio also has the Quadrifoglio model with a 500 plus horsepower V6 twin turbo engine, which is based out of the Ferraris. That car is truly ridiculous. It could do 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. But this is just the TI trim. This is the base model with all-wheel drive and a few optional features as well, which we will go over as well. But anyway, this car still performs incredibly well with a 2-liter turbo. This really tight, stiff chassis keeps this car very fun to drive. You can expect 0 to 60 to be around 5.4 seconds. So pretty impressive overall for a base model, but let's jump right in. So coming in front, of course, you got your LED headlight with a nice projector bulb. I like the daytime running strips as well with the turn signal. I also like how the inside is black, so it contrasts with this lunar white paint very well. And I personally find this paint to look a little bit more like a silver, but it's called lunar white, so that's what we're going to call it. It is a very nice metallic nevertheless. And of course, the black part of the taillights, and of course the black part of the grille too, does contrast very well. But coming down over here, you do get front parking sensors, of course, and down here you have a huge air slot over here, which will help with your cooling and aerodynamics. Over here, this is where your advanced safety features are going to be housed. You have more parking sensors over here. So continuing over here, you have your Alfa Romeo distinguishing badge, of course, with your triangular grille. I like how it's blacked out, and if you come inside, in front of your intercooler, you're going to have really stiff supports, which is going to aid with your overall chassis stiffness, and it's going to help your handling overall. But let's take a step back, take one last look at the front end, and let's check out the wheels. So these are also optional. These are very nice blacked out rims. I like the fork design. So these are 20-inch rims. They're going to be 8.5 inches wide, and they're going to be wrapped in 255 45 R20 tires. These are Continental cross contact all season tires. Really good compound for an all season setup. It definitely keeps the car very sporty. And as you come towards the front, you can check out your Alfa Romeo Brembo brake caliper. So this is a 4-piston. These brakes are only Brembo for the front. The rear brakes are not Brembo. I'll show you guys right now. But it is nice that they painted them yellow nevertheless and labeled them Alfa Romeo. So it keeps the vehicle looking very sporty, since you only really need the front brakes to be 4-piston Brembos. You just got your single piston yellow brake caliper in the rear. But coming over here, so you do get smart access for your driver and the front passenger. No smart access for the rear passenger, but that's not really expected. I like how they gave you the push to open gas tank. No easy fill. Same with the Maserati cars. No easy fill on those either. But you have to put 93 octane gas or 91 depending on your area. Premium high octane is recommended in this turbocharged vehicle. But coming up top, you can notice you have your blacked out roof, and this is a moonroof. So this part does not open, only this part opens, but from the inside, it does look very good. But let's take a step back, check out the rear styling. Of course, you got your Q4 distinguishing badge that tells everyone that you got the 4-wheel drive version. Your taillights, of course, are going to be completely LED. And so I don't know if you can notice because the rear hatch is very tinted, but when we open the trunk, I'll show you. It does have a tonneau cover, but it's a very smart design. So it doesn't come from the front. The tonneau cover is attached to your hatch, but we'll check that out in a second. Of course, you can see your dual exhaust tips. No, they are not true tips. That would be pretty cool if the true tips were this big, but they're just, I guess, a little cover for the actual tip. It would be nice if they were better integrated, but not a big deal. You got your rear parking sensors over here, of course, and your Stelvio badge. But let's take a step back, check out the rear end one last time, and let's start this Stelvio up with a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder and hear how she sounds. All right, so that was, of course, the sound of the 2-liter 4-cylinder engine sold by Alfa Romeo for the Stelvio. So let's check it out. And pretty easy hood to open, and it's nice they give you struts. So immediately you notice that you have a really stiff strut tower brace over here. So it could be more stiff. As you can see, I am moving it around, but not a big deal. Might need to just tighten it up a little bit. You also got 2 extra stiff supports over here, a couple braces in front. So overall chassis is going to be really stiff. It's going to be really, really good handling SUV. But there you have it, guys. This is your 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo. It's going to make about 280 horsepower and over 300 pound-feet of torque. And not a lot of engine cover, and it is nice that they pushed it far back. So that's also going to help you with overall balance. It's always nice to see empty space in the front and not in the back. But that's about it, of course. Let's shut it up. Take one last step back. And let's check out the interior on this 2021 Stelvio TI. All right, so coming to the door, you notice that your mirror is also blacked out. It's not going to be a color match mirror, but the black is also still a metallic. But of course, we do get smart access over here. And as we open up the door, before we talk about any of the materials, I just want to show you guys this. So this car does have dual paned front windows. We'll check out the back too. I'm actually not sure. I've never checked to the back, but it's nice they gave you dual pane front windows. It's going to make the car much quieter. But as we see over here, you're going to have some soft touch materials for the upper part of your door panel. Below that, you're going to have real wood trim, very nice quality, with some high graining hard plastic over here. Over here though, it's going to be all leather wrapped, very soft padded leather armrest as well. You're going to have also 4-way power 1-touch windows. You got 3-person memory seats. I'll turn down the air in 1 second. I know the sound quality is probably a little bit rough, but over here you got your window controls, and you can open up your tailgate right here with your speaker down here, and a very good amount of storage, and it is lined with felt. Very impressive quality, and some hard plastic over here. But as we come towards the interior, you notice you got your silver illuminated brushed aluminum Alfa Romeo badge, and check out these seats. So these are really nice tan leather seats. They're going to be pretty supportive over here, and very soft in the middle. Very high quality leather, and you get a really soft headrest. But anyway, you can check out down here. You do have power seats. However, they only go up. They're only 6-way adjustable. So whether you go like this or like this, the seat's going to still adjust the same exact way. So it only goes up in one direction. That's unfortunate, but still not a very big deal. Let's take a step inside over here though. We'll turn down these fan settings so you guys can hear a little bit. But okay, so first thing you notice is the steering wheel, of course. So you got your engine start stop on the steering wheel, just like the Ferrari cars. Pretty cool touch. No paddle shifters. That's unfortunate. You're gonna have to get the Sport to get paddle shifters, but you can always do the manual mode over here, and it's nice that it's done correctly. So to upshift, you pull back. To downshift, you push forward. But coming back to the steering wheel, so you're gonna have your active steering. These are all your cruise control settings. You got your active steering, you got your radar cruise over here, you got your hill descent control, you got your overall cruise control settings, you got your basic vehicle settings over here, you got your volume adjustments, skip controls, and your voice commands. But overall, guys, the steering wheel is fantastic. It's a very good thickness, and I like how they perforated this area over here to give you a little bit more grip. I like the bolstering extension over here, so the 10 and 2 is very nice. And of course, the steering wheel is also a flat bottom. So great steering wheel overall. I'm very impressed with the overall quality. Let's hear this horn. Oh, very aggressive horn, surprisingly aggressive for this car, guys. But everything about this car, I like these air conditioning controls. It's kind of similar to my Camaro, which is pretty cool. So here's your automatic headlights, of course, with your fog lights and daytime running lights. You got your parking sensors, which you could turn off if you would like to for some reason, but you could also turn off your auto start stop right here. But coming up to the gauges, yes, we only have a 5,500 RPM red line, which is odd. It's kind of like a diesel vehicle, but still pretty torquey. It's going to be a very good motor for this vehicle. The speedometer goes to about 160, and you got your LED display in the middle. So the speedometer is going to be always on. That's nice. You can see the speed limit. You can see what your lights are doing, and you can see what gear you're in. Beneath that, you got your, of course, fuel settings. You can see how much fuel you have till E over here, and you can see how many miles are on the vehicle. But let's take a look at this overall display and see what we got. So when you press the button over here on your wiper, you can simply toggle between your average fuel economy. You can see your advanced safety features in this screen while you're driving. You can just see your digital speedo, and you can see what song's playing with a small little fuel economy information beneath. But press the button one more time, it's back to where we were. It kind of tells you everything. It tells you your average speed, it tells you your average MPG, it tells you your miles, all while keeping your digital speedometer, and it tells you what time it is with the temperature outside. And I really hope that it's not 109 degrees outside, but I wouldn't be surprised. But anyway, check out your touchscreen. So this is new for 2020. This came out, it became a touchscreen. It's not the most responsive, so you can definitely tell that they just recently turned this into a touchscreen. You could also use this dial over here, and this is much more responsive. So I'll just show you guys with this. So over here, you've of course got your radio settings. You got your GPS. You can see your phone settings. My phone's not connected right now. You got your driver's assistance settings. You can see your climate. You can see your performance pages. So this is pretty cool. So you have your boost gauge. You can see how much torque you're using. So this car has a total of 295 torque. You can see your oil PSI. So pretty cool performance page. So if you press on it, let's see what we got. So you can choose like all sorts of different content. You got your technical gauges. You can see your consumption history. You got your all-wheel drive. So that's pretty cool. So it is rear biased. It's pretty cool overall settings. But let's get out of here, guys. Check out what else we got. Of course, you got your vehicle information. It tells you when you need to service your vehicle. Right now, everything we have is okay. But let's go back and see what else we got. So you got your connected services. You got your overall settings. So here you can adjust things like your lights. You can adjust your units, clock, convenience support, infotainment system. You can adjust your sound settings and all that. But that's about it, guys. Let's just go back to the home screen. We can just leave it in the GPS, I guess. So as far as GPS, pretty nice screen. This is actually pretty responsive. I like it over here. Very nice quality screen. So Apple CarPlay, which this vehicle of course has, it has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's not necessarily necessary because this system is very good. But coming beneath it, of course, you got your auto climate settings over here. You can adjust your fan speed in the middle as well. Beneath that, you got a nice USB port and a 12 volt where you can plug your radar detector in. You got your cup holders down here. Of course, this does close. You just push right here and it does close. But everything over here also wood. Very high quality materials over here, guys. You got your shifter right here. You just press the button and you can pull it back while your foot's on the brake. You're in drive. Push it forward, you're in reverse. Pull it back to drive, pull it to the left. Now this is your manual mode because we do not get paddle shifters. Put it back over here, press park, and we're back in park. You got your electronic parking brake right here. This is your drive mode selector. So we're in normal mode right now. You can also move it to dynamic. And when you're in dynamic, guys, it does change up quite a bit. It's almost like tuning the car. It becomes much more responsive. The steering even becomes much quicker. And this vehicle has very quick steering. There's no play at all. I'll show you guys once we take it out for a drive. But in normal mode, it is very light. That's the only complaint I have. But once you put it in dynamic, it does solve all the issues. But over here, you got a nice Italian flag. That's pretty cool. You got your volume settings over here, which is nice because now your passengers are able to adjust the music settings if they wanted to. But over here, you got your dial that controls your infotainment system. This returns you to home, and these are your overall settings that you can access at any time. Down here, you slide your phone into this. You have a wireless charging pad. That's also really cool, guys. And this armrest, very soft, very well padded, high quality leather. Open it up. Not the most space. You could probably fit four little 12-ounce cans in there. It would be nice if they gave you more space, but not a big deal. You could fit quite a bit of stuff, all your car accessories. You have your USB-C and USB cord with an aux cord as well. But we can shut this up. Check out the glove box, which is also damped and lined with felt. It's not the largest glove box. You could probably fit about, I'd say, maybe 5 or 6 license plates, but it is lime felt, very high quality, and you'll fit just about anything you would need. The dashboard is, of course, soft touch materials. You got the wood trim underneath the dashboard, and you got some more soft touch, high quality trim that matches your interior. Let's just check out this window sticker real quick, check out anything I may have missed. So, of course, here's your Alfa Stelvio TI all-wheel drive. Base price $47,600. That's a pretty good deal for a 4-wheel drive Alfa Romeo Stelvio, given its very impressive performance. Of course, you got your 2-liter 4-cylinder engine with an 8-speed transmission, ZF transmission. One thing I'm impressed with, of course, you guys can pause, check out all the features for yourself. I'll get you the lighting better, but there you guys go. But one thing I'm impressed with is this vehicle comes with a carbon fiber drive shaft standard on a $47,000 Stelvio. You also, of course, get your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with your 8.8-inch display. You got your 7-inch color cluster display, and you get 19-inch rims with the Y spokes, but they're only 235, 55, 19 all-season tires. This vehicle has the upgraded 255, 45 R20 all-season tires on 20-inch blacked-out rims, of course. But you can take a pause, check out all the optional equipment, and there's quite a bit, and it's a pretty decent bargain, because after all these options, guys, you still have a base price under $55,000. With the base price of $54,250, that's a pretty good overall deal after destination. You got your basic warranty of 4 years, 50,000 miles with your powertrain also for 4 years, 50,000 miles. Pretty good overall warranty. The gas mileage is fantastic, 22, 28, 24 combined. That's really good for a performance SUV, especially once you consider how quick this car really is and how well it handles. But coming up top, this is probably the last thing we're gonna go over. You got your absolutely massive panoramic moonroof. This part opens, of course, but the rear passengers can still see through the back. But that's about it for the front seat, guys. Very impressive front seat, especially for the overall price of this vehicle. Let's check out the second row and see how much space there's offered back there. All right, so stepping in the back seat on the Stelvio TI, guys. So the back seat, you're still gonna have some soft touch materials for the upper part with wood trim beneath it. You got your aluminum door handle, of course, and your lock and unlock with a speaker over here and a speaker down there. So leather trim over here. You got really soft leather armrests with Power One Touch, of course, for the rear passengers. So as mentioned, we're gonna go over the back, and no, you do not get dual pane windows in the back, but it is nice they offer them for you in the front. Pretty decent storage. You could easily fit a 12-ounce bottle. You get another aluminum Alfa Romeo nameplate, and the seats the padding does go all the way to the door frame. That's not very common with SUVs, but it's nice they gave that to you here. But speaking of seats, let's take a step inside and check out the overall space. So sitting behind my seat settings, I have some space. I got about an inch or two of legroom behind my seat settings, so that's pretty impressive for a pretty small SUV. You get your cargo net back here. You get 2 vents. No controls, unfortunately. You can't control the temperature, but you can control the vent speed simply by turning the vent, so that's nice they gave you that. But beneath that, of course, you got your USBs. You can put 2 USBs back here with a little bit of storage beneath it. Additional cargo net for your behind your passenger seat, and you do get a center armrest with a string. It's nice they gave you that. 2 cup holders and a little area over here where you can throw your phone. The overall armrest, it's pretty soft. It's not the softest, but you can check out your Alfa Romeo badge over here. But let's shut this thing up. That's about it for the back seat, guys. You can check out the view of the moonroof, but that's about it. Let's check out the trunk real quick and then take this car out for a drive. All right, so to open the trunk, you simply press the button, and oops, I pressed it twice, but you simply press the button, watch it come up, and there you have it, guys. Pretty impressive trunk size. It's not the largest, of course. You do get an additional tonneau cover right here. It's pretty cool they offer you that. But as I mentioned before, you do get a tonneau cover over here as well. So you can't really see anything if you put stuff into this trunk. People that are walking by are not going to see anything in your trunk, guys. But you can open this thing up right here. You got a little bit of extra storage, and you get your fix-a-flat kit. No spare tire in this car. Not a big deal either. The seats do fall down in 3 separate pieces. But that's about it for the trunk, guys. To close it up, you simply press the button, and we'll take a step back and watch the process. It's nice that they gave you a couple seconds before the trunk starts closing, so you don't have to worry about getting crushed. But that's about it. Let's take this car out for a drive. All right, guys, so now that we've just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2021 Stelvio TI, let's take it out for a drive and see how she really performs. So stepping out on this road, about half throttle right here, a little bit of lag, but once, it picks up really strong, guys. Going to about 3,500 RPM, and even on these serious bumps, this car is very, very compliant when it comes to ride quality. You can see these bumps are serious, well, I know you can't see, but you can take my word for it. This car handles very, very well on these bumps. But once the road smoothens up a little bit, we'll stop and check out this vehicle's off-the-line acceleration. But okay, we're in normal mode right now. We're not gonna brake torque it or anything. We're just gonna simply let off the brake and onto the gas, foot to the floor. So stop right here, ready, boom. A little bit of lag, but there we go. Wow, this car is very quick. Yeah, 60. Whew. And it continues to pull, guys. We don't have to take it much farther than that. But even on the bumps at high speed, guys, wow, very, very impressive. And it is so like darty. Even in normal mode, the steering is very, very good. But we got a turn coming up. We'll speed up a little bit right here. And wow, guys, the ride quality here is very, very good. Very impressive, but still in automatic mode. Just simply stepping on the brakes, slowing down a little bit. We're gonna still hit this turn much faster than we should, but this thing stays so flat. Wow, and coming out of the turn, whew, about half throttle, and it is pulling hard. This four-wheel drive system keeps you incredibly planted, guys. Wow. But we have a little bit of a back road coming up. I'll catch back with you guys once we're over there. But okay, we're gonna drop it into dynamic mode now for this little back road. Throw it into manual mode 2, drop it down to, let's say, 3rd. Okay, and let's throw it in. So brakes, turning it in. Oh, it's so good in dynamic mode. Wow, guys, this is unbelievable. We're in an SUV right now and coming out. Whew. Guys, this thing is impressive. Brakes, turning it in. Oh, and it takes so little steering effort to get where you need it to go. Wow, and coming out. Guys, and this thing, I'm not really impressed. I was searching for the paddles there, I'm not gonna lie. But we'll calm down really quick because we're not in Mexico. But we have a really sharp turn coming up, so it'll give us an opportunity to really see how this vehicle can handle. But okay, drop it down to 2nd. Barely even slow down, just throwing it right in. Wow, no understeer. Oh, we have a little bit of oversteer coming in the back. That was actually pretty cool. I didn't expect there to be oversteer in this SUV. But it is rear bias, so nothing to be surprised about. But okay, 3rd gear, just leaning into it. Ooh, this thing is nice, guys. I'm very impressed. 4th gear, very little lag once you're like in the revs, so that's pretty impressive. But okay, drop it down. Ooh, a huge puddle over here, but okay, throwing it in. Wow, coming out. I like this car, guys. And the transmission shifts lightning quick transmission with the ZF 8-speed. But wow, very impressive. I want to take this car to like a real serious back road and really see how this car performs. But let's just take it off the line right here at this stop light. So 1st gear, matting to the floor, dynamic mode. Wow, wow. Once the turbo kicks in, there is serious surge of power. Woo. Turning it in, and we're out. Oh, rev limiter, wasn't paying attention with this 5,500 RPM red line. Yeah, guys, this transmission shifts super quick. And the ratios are really short too, which makes the car feel really, really quick, even quicker than it really is, which is very nice. But okay, drop it down a couple gears. 3rd gear, wow, throwing it in. It's so sharp, guys. This is literally like a sports car. I could easily forget that I'm in an SUV with this thing. So it's not lightning fast, but it is quick. Like, so if that makes any sense. And towards the top of the RPM, you're not going to be like flying, but the process of building the revs, the process of getting into the power band in this car, super enjoyable. And you can drop down the gears, drop it down to 3rd. You can throw it into these 90-degree hairpin turns at over 30 miles per hour with no understeer. And we don't even have summer tires, guys. Very impressive there. All right, we got the back road over here. Drop it down to 3rd. Wow. This is ridiculous sharpness, guys. Wow. We're out. A little bit of traction control there. That was surprising. But throwing it in over here. Wow, guys, a little bit of understeer. Whew. All right, we're gonna calm down a little bit. But yeah, this thing is super capable. I want to get onto the straight road one more time, check out this car's acceleration off the line with a little bit of a brake boost. But wow, my heart is pounding. This car is so ridiculously capable. I'm having a great time. All right, so we're gonna brake boost it right here. It's gonna go to about 2,500 RPM and go. Wow, guys, that's impressive. Whew. Yeah, this car can easily get to 60 in around 5 seconds. Wow, that launch is just ridiculous when you brake boost and you get that whole 300 pound-feet of torque right away. So all in all, I'm extremely impressed with the 2021 Stelvio TI. The materials are extremely high quality. You got leather literally everywhere. Where it's not leather, it's going to be soft touch materials for the areas you're going to be using. The sound quality and the sound system is fantastic. You got a great infotainment display. You can see your boost gauge. I always love that with turbocharged cars. It sounds pretty good. The handling is phenomenal, and I can fit in the back seat without too many issues. But just turning onto this road one more time, one more little acceleration, run about half throttle. Whew, it is so strong. Even going to about 4,000 RPM, it is such a good overall sport SUV. So all in all, would I recommend this car to you? Absolutely. If you're in the market for an SUV without a third row, this is one of the best options for you, especially given this current chip shortages, and domestic manufacturers want to charge absolutely ridiculous amount of money for leases and even finances in certain situations. But that's not the case with Alfa, guys. So this vehicle is actually purchased by my parents very, very recently. So a few days ago, they purchased this Stelvio TI, and they got a fantastic deal. They're paying less for this car than they were for their previous car, and this car actually had a higher MSRP by about $1,000. So despite the fact that the market is where it's at, it's very, very impressive that you can pick up one of these Alfas for such a great overall price. So all in all, I would definitely recommend this car to anybody looking to buy a 5-seater SUV. It handles fantastic, and it's really, really quick, and it's a great overall value given that you can pick one of these up for a lease around $650 a month. You can't really beat that for a 0 down lease. But that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I had a great time making this video. I hope you enjoyed it half as much as I enjoyed making it. But if you're new here, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. I have endless gratitude for all the subscribers. You know this channel will not be possible without you. But if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It always helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. But other than that, again, I had a great time making this video, and I hope all you guys have a great day.